New this morning on your Fast Track to 7, one person is dead after a rollover early this morning in Trail County. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says the driver vaulted in a spot west of the town of Reynolds and then rolled around midnight. No other details are being released at this time.
Former State Senator Ray Holmberg of Grand Forks, who's currently charged in federal court with traveling to the Czech Republic to have sex with a child, may have used taxpayer money to make those trips. North Dakota School Board Association documents indicate that Holmberg traveled to Europe several times, including a 2011 trip to Prague, through a program that received state funding. Holmberg served more than 45 years in the North Dakota Senate until his resignation last year. There may be new charges coming against a former Fargo and West Fargo school administrator who's already in jail on child porn charges. West Fargo school officials say new allegations involve David George and a student. The former Independence Elementary principal and Cheney Middle School assistant principal was arrested back in August and is currently in jail.
Cass County prosecutors added gross sexual imposition and solicitation charges last month after a young boy came forward. And now we are learning that the North Dakota BCI has interviewed another potential victim. No details are being released because it is an ongoing investigation.
The former Sacred Heart Convent in South Fargo is taking on a new mission today. The YWCA is opening a new residence for survivors of domestic violence and homelessness. The facility is located in the 1100 block of 32nd Avenue South.
The new residence is called Lantern Light. It's taken 2 years in the making and costs more than $8 million to complete. There are 23 apartments which can house about 60 people. The residents will have access to various resources, plus there is a playground and a community room. A handful of Americans were among the first out of war-torn Gaza as the border crossing to Egypt opened for the first time since the October 7th Hamas attacks on Israel. And it appears this morning that another 400 U.S. nationals are approved to cross today. Now that's according to a list just released by Gaza's Hamas-controlled Interior Ministry.
Foreign passport holders, though, are hoping for more opportunities to flee the war zone in the coming days. President Biden also calling for a humanitarian pause in Gaza in order to free hostages held by Hamas.
It is now 6:51. We want to get a check of your forecast out there. Lisa, dealing with a little bit of fog today.
Yes, patchy fog to start off this morning with temperatures cooling and the air just kind of being nice and calm and still. That's allowed some areas of fog. Fargo, we have just some lowered visibility with the fog, but it's not causing too much trouble as far as seeing the road in front of you as you're driving here this morning. We can still make out downtown Fargo in our view. And taking a look at our currents, our visibility at 7 miles currently in Fargo, and wind is pretty light. West-southwesterly wind at only 5 miles per hour. So we're at 22 degrees in Fargo, but it feels like 16 even with that 5-mile-per-hour wind. So chilly morning. We're below freezing, meaning all that melting that happened yesterday in those areas where we saw it, it's locked back up again with the ice redeveloping here on our sidewalks and parking lots. This is our view in Grand Forks from the East Grand Forks side. You can see we've got temperatures that are a little chillier at 18 right now. Not much wind, so the wind chill is the same as our air temperature. Visibility at the airport in Grand Forks at 7 miles currently. So radar satellite showing not much. There's no snow, no precipitation on the map here. We do have a few clouds drifting through, but beyond that, looking pretty quiet this morning. It will be chilly at the bus stop. Kids will want to watch out for some icy patches on the sidewalks. And then this afternoon, back above freezing into some upper 30s and some sunshine breaking through as well. So getting a little bit sloppy and slushy in those areas where snow will be melting. Now, heading into this weekend, we warm up a little bit, but it comes with a chance for some precipitation. A little bit on Saturday, a little light mix. Sunday will be the day where it looks a little more likely that we'll experience rain and perhaps a mix over to snow in some areas too. So that's the next one to watch here in our forecast. And of course, it's falling on the weekend. So you'll want to check back with us for the latest as it gets closer.
Okay, but every day in the metro, we just get a little bit more snow that goes away.
That's right. Every day we're warming above freezing. So just little by little chipping away at it. And you know, we've been talking about this, the ground, it's starting to get colder with our temperatures that we have, but it's still fairly warm this time of year. So that's helping things out a little bit too. So that combination should clear more of that snow over time, if we don't get any more, of course.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Thank you, Lisa.
The overnight road closure on I-29 in South Fargo is a wrap. Lanes near the Tri-Level were shut down from about 9 last night to 3 this morning as workers installed some overhead signage. The work zone was from 13th Avenue to near the westbound I-94 exit.
And to road construction in Lakes Country. We're talking about a closure on Highway 10 west of Detroit Lakes. It's done for today, but there's another one coming later on tonight. Crews started working on the railroad tracks on westbound Highway 10 around 7 last night. It finished up about an hour ago. They'll switch to the eastbound lanes tonight at 7 and close it until 6 tomorrow morning. Traffic will be shut down in both ways for a while as they work on that area. Lane closures and delays will be expected, though, as they put in some new signals.
One man now in jail accused of threatening Grand Forks County Sheriff's deputies and their families and threatening to blow up the sheriff's office. Police were called to a domestic dispute at a home in Emerado this week and arrested Joshua Nelson for allegedly punching a woman in the face and preventing her from calling 911.
Records show Nelson made threats and even spit in the officers' faces, and it took 3 of them to take him down. He faces charges of terrorizing and domestic violence, among others. An apparent dispute over cigarettes landed one woman in jail after police say she threatened a gas station worker and the entire city of Bemidji. They got a call Sunday night about an unruly customer at the Holiday South gas station.
Court documents say Nicole Erickson demanded cigarettes and then threatened to kill the employee and, quote, take out the whole city. She's now charged with making terroristic threats. A Fargo man speaking out this morning after he says someone claiming to be a bounty hunter destroyed his property and is now refusing to fix it. It's a bizarre tale here. Kevin Arenas says security cameras on his property captured this man after they had been hit with a baseball bat.
The person who destroyed them claims to be a bounty hunter who was at the wrong property. The homeowner says he understands it was a mistake, but he asked to be compensated for the damages, and then he was told no.
He told me he was a bounty hunter and he can go, wherever the F he wants, and he can kick down whatever doors he wants and whatever, and look up the laws, a lot more cussing. And I just thought, I'm pretty sure that's not accurate.
Bounty hunter or not, it's simply not true. Rena says the estimated cost to fix the cameras is around $800.
Parents at Northern Cass are questioning how their kids will get to school after the district was forced to change bus routes because of a shortage of drivers. The school superintendent says it's caused by changes to federal requirements for bus drivers, inconvenient hours, and the stress of the job, especially in the winter.
The lack of drivers has been growing over the years. This year is easily the worst year we've had.
The district says they're even considering paying families to drive their children to school if they're willing to transport additional learners. A popular South Moorhead skating rink will be out of commission this winter. The Village Green site won't be available, but there's good news. It's because the city is preparing for a new pool going in starting in this spring.
Yeah, if we could change our back graphic, that's incorrect. The wading pool and the building at the Village Green Park, though, is expected to be ready by June. And don't forget about the winter parking rules in Fargo. They started yesterday. They will run through April 15th. Restrictions are in place so the street crews can efficiently remove the snow and do other street maintenance.
The parking policies will be enforced, especially during times of snowfall. For a full list of restrictions in Fargo, head on over to valleynewslive.com or on your free VNL mobile app. Halloween is coming on, but how are those porch pumpkins looking? Before you toss your sunken jack-o'-lanterns into the trash bin, we have some advice to give your gourds some new life. Regular pumpkins can be used as a food source for squirrels, birds, and the deer in your backyard.
And some gourds could even double as a birdhouse. If you hollow it out, birds will then nest inside. But maybe the most effective way to repurpose your pumpkin is to just compost it in your garden.
The winter will kind of take care of the pumpkin if you just set it somewhere where you don't mind it kind of deflating away over the winter. By next season, it'll pretty much be just mush, and it'll be nice compostable material that can work into your garden at that point.
If you don't have a garden yourself, the City of Moorhead has a program where they will compost it for you. You can drop it off at bins at 3 different locations in town. It goes now through the 14th. One is the Public Works facility on the north side. The second is the Southside Regional Park, and the third is at 418 Elm Street South.
Well, the third time was the charm. The Texas Rangers, now your World Series champs. The first time the team has claimed the victory in its 63-year history. They beat out the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 5. It was last night, 5-0.
Batter up. The Rangers finished the postseason 11-0 away from Globe Life Field. Now, that's the longest winning streak in franchise history, the regular season or even their postseason. The Rangers have appeared in 2 World Series before this year. However, they lost to the San Francisco Giants in 2010 and then to the St. Louis Cardinals in 2011. But that doesn't matter this morning. They're the winners right now.
Yeah, who doesn't love a nice celebratory video? Huh?
Yeah, it's always the best. Well, the Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on.
Thank you all so much for waking up and joining us here on the Valley Today. My name is Ashlyn Hill.
And I'm Jordan Schreier. Have a great day.